Okay.
That's okay.
Welcome to Phanganist.com.
Yeah.
Today I'm joined by Robert.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for inviting me.
You're more than welcome.
For this interview. So.
Brilliant. Robert is from the Loyfa BetterLife team, and we're specifically going to talk about the morning flow, meditation and breathing. Mm-hmm. So firstly, tell us your background. Where did you learn?
Yeah, well, I started learning yoga like 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. In India, in Goa. So I sort of had a breakthrough in my life, you know, in where I lived back in Spain. So I decided that I needed a break and to learn new things. I've been working as a coach and always been involved with physical education because I'm a physical education teacher. Mm-hmm. Back in Spain. So like movement and yoga, mm-hmm. My mother used to practice yoga at home. She was a big practitioner, so I was always seeing her, what she did. Mm-hmm. So it's always been like in the back of my head, but I never got to sort of to even think that I wanted to be a yoga teacher. Yeah. Until this moment came in my life, and so I went to Goa to a very nice Ayurvedic school. Mm-hmm. And there I learned therapeutic hatha yoga. Mm-hmm. And I started with my first sort of experiences in meditation, in breathing, learning how to breathe again. And so yeah, that's my background. Yeah. It's not a very long experience mm-hmm. with yoga, but I integrate movement, really any kind of movement very well in my life because it's part of my profession, right? Yeah,
that's good.
So yeah, and here obviously in Koh Phangan I've learned a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a terrain of opportunity to grow up.
Brilliant. Yeah. And so yoga and breathing, very connected. They're like the same thing-ish. I mean, the whole point of Loyfa BetterLife is mm-hmm. to give people a better life in a very accessible way. Tell us why breathing is so important, and do mm-hmm. people forget to breathe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, definitely we forget to breathe. Mm-hmm. So it's something that we don't even notice because it's so natural. Since the moment that we are born, we are in the belly of mommy, right? Really, we are breathing through the breath of mom, mm-hmm. right? Through the umbilical cord, and we are really floating in water. So we are like fish. Mm-hmm. We're not using our nostrils or our mouth to breathe, right? So it's a very natural. Okay, so if we start from the very beginning, from the moment that we are born, all depends how our mother breathe, if mm-hmm. she breathed well or if she didn't, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe that's the first teaching, that's the first master that we have, right? Mm-hmm. Then what happens? We're born, we live our lives, but it's something like, okay, I am alive. Sometimes we don't really realize that we are so lucky to be alive, and we are alive because we breathe. Because if you stop eating for X amount of time, you can still be alive for quite a while. Yeah. If you stop drinking water, the same. But if you stop breathing for 5 minutes, mm-hmm. like I don't want to try, but we probably die very fast. No?
Yeah.
So that's a very interesting observation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, breathing, it's the basics of our life. So it's important, I think, from Loyfa BetterLife, mm-hmm. what we're trying to do is, again, empower people mm-hmm. to relearn. Because sometimes as adults, we say, okay, I know already everything in my life, you know? So like your ego kicks in mm-hmm. and you sort of start putting all these barriers around you but really, you know, if you come into a position into a very humble position, because relearning to breath mm-hmm. is like when you sit down for meditation or when you start doing yoga, mm-hmm. you know, this it's like if someone makes you a picture Okay,
Yeah.
someone makes me a picture right now, and oh my God, I start seeing all my wrinkles and all those things that I don't like
Yeah.
about me, right?
Yeah.
So it's a very powerful image. So when you start breathing, it's the same. Is you start realizing that, oh my God, I don't have enough power in my lungs,
Yeah.
or I don't have enough lung capacity, or my breaths are too short, or I'm starting to feel dizzy, or I'm starting to feel nervous, or there's many things going on, right? When you start to be conscious about the breathing. But if you are humilious enough to say, okay, I accept it,
Yeah.
and you follow. The very interesting thing about breathing is that, and this is something that I've learned in Koh Phangan in Thailand, through the masters, in the Vipassanas, the
Right,
real masters, the monks,
Yeah.
they are the real masters, they are the real teachers. And I mean, and from the very start, it's like there's a technique. It's like everything in life, there's a technique, and we need to follow that technique. It's a sequence, 1, 2, 3. And if you follow 1, 2, 3, and you keep on going, and you keep on practicing, then it kicks in.
Yeah.
Right? You start to understand what's going on, and you start really to feel deep inside of you that, oh my God, yeah, this is breathing. Yeah, so that's like the first step.
Yeah.
I've talked too much.
No, not at all. So when people come for a morning meditation breath class with Loyfa BetterLife, I know it's hard to describe meditation and breathing, but just give us a very brief summary of what they can expect, so they're not scared off. So they're, for people who haven't tried this before.
Yeah. Well, first of all, they shouldn't be scared.
Yeah.
I mean, we always need to come. Don't be scared. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But it's normal, I mean, it's normal that because I think one of the first things is to drop down all your expectations.
Sure.
Yeah. And just go into that terrain of adventure in which you are experiencing something new in your life. And Loyfa, for me, I mean, I know there's beautiful resorts in the island, there's beautiful places, but where we are, I think it's an amazing place. It's like a little peninsula, right, in Koh Phangan. It's a very special place. It has a beautiful energy. So just that beginning, it's already a very nice start. So just walking out from your bungalow into the yoga shala, there's 2 different shalas, a small one which is right near the sea, then we have the bigger yoga shala. So what can you expect? Well, we're going to treat things from the very, very, very base, from the very beginners. So I'm going to follow the technique that I've learned, and I'm still practicing, and I'm still learning, and just follow that practice and let the person experience, because we need to go through that experience. It's not about blah blah blah, telling, okay, this will happen, because it's different for every person. When you start meditation or breathing, it will be different experience for you, for me. Some people are not prepared to meditate. Hopefully they are prepared to breath. But meditation is not for everyone. I remember some Vipassanas I've gone that some people couldn't sit down. They were just brushing the garden of the whole monastery. So it doesn't have to be necessary that we're going to sit down, but we will have that experience of sitting down, of going through the steps, first experiencing your breath, breathing in your nose, exhaling through your nose, even breathing through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, breathing through your mouth, what's happening in a different kind of breathing, what does the breath do? Where does it go? Exactly. Does it go only in my nose and then out again? So there's so many little details about the breath, and then, what happens if I breathe very long breaths? Because some people at the beginning, they don't know how to breathe very long. And sometimes it's very funny that some people breathe and they stop for a microsecond. It's like, exhale. And then they exhale, and they stop again, and then they continue breathing.
Yeah.
So we need to learn to find that flow.
Yeah. But I think it's quite interesting because you know, we've all been there. You might get stressed out and you'll maybe turn to a beer or something else, or keep yourself distracted. Whereas actually, once you discover, and you know, it's like people tell you, calm down, breathe. It really does work. It's a very simple thing that has a profound effect sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I think, okay. The idea, I mean, I would be very happy, and I think from the team of Loyfa, we would be very happy if, imagine you come for a week, and then, okay, of course you are on holiday, and you may go partying, and you may do a half moon, full moon, jungle party, and have a beer, okay, that's good, but if in between all those little holiday things, right, in Koh Phangan, you have access, I think it's a real luxury. It's a real luxury. If you before you go back to Europe, if you have access to this experience, I think it's amazing, because you take with you a very valuable present for your life. Because it's not so difficult to, I mean, obviously everything in life takes practice. But once you go into this, and at the end is practice brings a good habit into your life, but you need to start somewhere. So here in Koh Phangan, in this amazing place, if you have the first experience, and then you go back home, wherever you are from, and then you say, oh wow, I remember this breathing class, or I remember this meditation class, or I remember this yoga class, then for sure you will go and find another Vipassana center in London, in Belgium, in Berlin, in Madrid, in Oslo, I don't know, wherever you are, in Tokyo, and you'll go for it, because you will remember the idea is, okay, you start, but it's not only starting and receiving a technique, but it's experiencing the effects. Like you say, so just if you have an emotion, holiday, with the kids, with the family, so there's gonna be many emotions arising, but if suddenly, okay, I'm gonna apply this technique of breathing, just I'm gonna breathe long. You know, my son, I don't know, he's I don't know, he's doing something that maybe he shouldn't do, you know, and you get nervous, so okay, I'm gonna breathe long. And see what happens. It's as simple as that. The best things in life are the simple things.
Okay, thank you very much, Robert.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Thanks to you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye bye.